Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. So the first card you have, Libra, is the Sass count, and it further says effectiveness, passivity, prudence. Further it says carefree creature of the woods, grab the attention of all those around. So this speaks of your energy. Libra, you are ruled by Venus. Sassiness, aesthetics, balance, diplomacy, and grace is your collective energy. That's the energy of collective Libra. So I feel that, Libra, you might have to be taking a stance right now. You probably have to draw some boundary, or defend your own boundaries, draw the line. And you have to do that with assertiveness. Sometimes Librans get caught in the rough because they want to keep that harmony, but at the same time, and they want to please everybody. But here this energy is asking you to have the courage to stand up for what you believe, your beliefs. Have the courage to say no, and there's no need to be aggressive about it. It can all be done in a very tactful way, right? You can resolve anything in a very tactful way. So I feel that whatever situation you have around right now, you might be, looking up for justice, maybe for yourself or for the people, around you that you see that might be victims of injustice, or you might be called to resolve some kind of conflicts. Now, here's the thing. You have to bring your A game to this, be very effective in the sense that you have to resolve things gracefully and not be pressured to take sides, right? You cannot be swayed at this point in time. So you have to be very prudent as to who's saying what and not take sides. All you have to do is draw that clear boundary that you are only here to facilitate people seeing both sides of a coin and come to a fair and balanced decision. You will not be participating in conflict, no matter how much people are pushing you around to do that. Even the skunks. And see, here's the thing about skunks. They don't spray just like that. They give a warning first. How do they give the warning? They stomp their feet, they raise their tail. So just like the skunk energy, Libra, you are being asked right now to give those clear warnings and the heads up to people, before they cross the boundaries. And give them a heads up in a way that they don't cross the boundaries, right? So that you don't have to get involved in such drama, or you don't have to be all aggressive about it. So give them a chance, give them a sign so that they push back. You could be into politics, you could be into city politics or country politics, or, participating in politics or political economics of some kind. And people who are neutral, there are a lot of people who don't want to take a stance, right? So you have to be able to act like that neutral party who maintains their stand, whatever it is. They don't give in to pressure from other powerful people and parties around them. Instead, they, with their tact and with their words and grace, they're able to bring all parties to a table to talk it out, to talk things out, and to come to that resolution and that to a fair resolution. So you have to use your wit. You're an air sign, so you use that smartness of yours, that dignity, instead of being assertive or loud about it. You don't have to resort to any kind of shouting or screaming or any kind of violence. But at the same time, you have to stand your ground, and, you have to let people know that they're not welcome to cross boundaries. And for you, it's the thing is, Mars is in Libra right now, and that will give you a lot of courage and energy right now. So be wary, because Mars can get a little bit aggressive. So I feel that some of you might be leading some kind of organizations or debates maybe, or some kind of mediation efforts between parties or companies. So you have to be smart enough, you have to be assertive enough, not violently assertive, but assertive enough to make sure that everyone's heard, everyone is speaks their truth or says whatever they have to say. And you should not be intimidated by any dominant personalities over there. So you have to use your tact to communicate what you're trying to say without creating any kind of a drama. Some of you might be participating in justices. You know the TV show Scandal, and there was a character, Olivia Pope, over there. That's a perfect, the sassy skunk. She's a perfect sassy skunk in that show. She's highly diplomatic and she knows how to balance power, and she observes like whenever a situation is threatening to her integrity or her team, she draws that line in the sand and she uses her power, her judgment, her influence to make sure that kinds and people are not breaking their boundaries, and making sure that everyone gets the justice that is needed at the point in time, even for that matter. It's a very funny story that I'm going to tell you about the San Juan Islands in a sassy way. It's like there was a dispute between America and US and the UK, right? And Britain, actually, Britain, actually, because I think it was over a pig. The pig got shot, maybe, by a pig got shot by an American, I think, that belonged to a British person, and then that person would not let go of the damage that was done to the pig and to the pig. So, and that person would not budge at all, and it almost caused a war between the two nations. But then finally everything was resolved. But it's a very funny story if you read up about it, and that's the energy that you need to embody right now. Next card you have, Libra, is the first light, and it says beginning a new cycle. So exactly, this is new starts, new hope, new beginnings on the horizon for you. So there is new clarity, there is new energy, there's new start, new I feel that, Libra, with this, you are starting a new cycle. You're letting go of all the past, the hurts, problems, conflicts, issues, and you are starting a new, fresh, harmonious journey. And I feel that you already have that sense of justice inside of you. Libras are naturally wired with that sense of justice, naturally. And I feel that you are starting in a new way, a new reality for yourself. You're leaving behind everything that you did in the past, you were indecisive about, or the way you did it and things like that. But now you have the clarity, you have a clear vision. You're starting new in a certain way. So I do feel that whenever there are major disputes or major cases, and that are handled by lawyers and offices and people and countries and nations and cities, they want to start fresh as a country, as a nation, or for you as a family, as a person, right? You want to, when you've gone to, the roller coaster ride, in regards to people or work, you want to, as soon as that is finished, for example, a project that took a lot out of you, you want to once that project is released, you're like, now I don't want to do this ever again. I want to keep it more balanced. I want to have time for myself. I want to keep work-life balance. And I'm not going to work 18, 20 hours a day. That could be, for some of you. For some of you, it could be like ending a cycle, which was, a full roller coaster ride for you. But now you're like, you know what? I'm going to be more balanced. I'm going to do it a different way. I'm going to be, whatever you did not do in the past, you want to do it now in this new cycle. And I feel that this could be beginning of newer chapters. Like it could be that, you had a conflict with somebody now that, now you want to clear the air. You people have come together, clear the air, found the solution, and now you want to start strong, a new chapter in a new way. So, but I do feel that there is some sense of fairness that you want to have in this new cycle. You want to, balance things out. Or you're all about fairness, justice, equality, and, keeping it harmonious and keeping it new and things like that. Just like I again referred to Elsa from the Frozen Wish, for those of you who have seen it, it's like she's so conflicted in her mind with off about regarding her powers. But in the end, she's like, okay, this is who I am. I'm not going to be afraid of my powers. And she starts new way for her kingdom, right? It's like a new, fresh, and beautiful beginning for everybody in that kingdom. So it's that kind of an energy, first light, beginning a new cycle. Um, Now, this could be a new cycle in any way. It could be in the world, it's like, for example, like, speaking of cars, today we have like autonomous cars, like that are going without drivers on the street. This is a new cycle of autonomous cars on a broader scale, right? And they're fighting for a noble cause like autonomy, and so that drivers are not stressed out, so that there are more safety protocols on the street. So this could be some innovative practices, something new which is starting out globally. It's like when electric cars came, that was the first line. That was a kind of a revolution in the whole world. So it could be at a global level, it could be at a community level, it could be at your personal level where you're leaving behind certain parts of yourself like characteristics or patterns, and you're like, no, I'm going to begin anew where I'm fair and square. I listen to everybody. I'm not going to be biased and things like that. The next card you have, Libra, is number 13. So 1, 3, and 4 coming through prominent with this energy. It's emotional challenges. Resolve the issue. So, yeah, I do feel some emotional conflicts over here. But, yeah, look at the picture. This person's trying to, I think, wash her face with the water, clear away some tears. So you might be teary about something. You might be conflicted. But this energy is about resolving, right? Resolving the conflict in you, resolving whatever issue is causing you to feel that emotionally conflicted, or whatever you're emotional about. So go ahead, be brave enough to confront those fears. What's making you emotionally conflicted? Get to the bottom of it instead of running away. Peace is not the absence of conflict. Peace is finding resolution for a problem, standing bold, facing it, facing your fears head on is the way to find true peace. So whether it's at your workplace or in your personal life, instead of avoiding any conflicts, have a conversation, whether it's in your workplace, have a meeting if it's with people, if there is conflict of opinions or there is friction, emotional friction. So everybody can come together and, on one table and speak their side of the story and, find talk it out amongst each other, and together in a combined collaborative way, find a solution that works for everybody, that resolves the conflict. It's just like kintsugi, right? That's the Japanese art where the broken pottery is, fixed with gold. And that's when, the repaired cracks that are there, it looks beautiful, it looks unique. So it's just that when you face your fears, when you face your emotional conflicts, resolve the challenges and not erase them. You need to understand where those conflicts are coming from, right? And shift that or change yourself, or not change yourself. I would say find a harmonious resolution to it so that you move forward in a new way. This is an energy of the counselor. The counselor is who help people resolve these disputes, whether it's family disputes or whether it's corporate disputes. They listen to everything in a very fair, structured way, and then they kind of find a harmonious solution to those problems. So I do feel that you might be talking to people, are coming together to to fix any kind of tension that's been looming around, or talk about some unfair practices that you've been observing. You might be into mediation processes, facilitating that for people or for your own self. But this is a time where you can resolve these conflicts, and we start the healing process. And for that, you, Libra, can use your creativity. We are Venusian, your Venus rule. So you have, creativity at your tips to understand, facilitate and address and process these difficult conversation and difficult topics. So I feel that some of you might be into community services. Sometimes there are natural calamities that just one can never be prepared for completely, whether it's a war or whether it's a earthquake or whether it's a fire or whether it's a flood, and then communities come together because everybody out there is so emotionally disturbed and conflicted, and there are so many emotional challenges that one has to face in those situations, and then coming together, helping those people and resolving and, providing the help that's possible in that moment or even later is an example of how you can help resolve challenges, emotional challenges, whether of yourself, it could be resolving challenges for a community or people around you even. And the last card for today, Libra, you have the Six of Swords. This is air energy. Of course, this is your energy. So you are moving from chaos to calm. Look at this person over here. It's a Japanese theme. And there are swords and this person and there's cherry blossom and there's water behind. So I feel like this person crossed the water to come over here. He's in a meditative position, surrendering to the situation, surrendering to whatever is going to come. But this person wants to make a transition to a calm state. It's a deliberate intention. It's a deliberate transition, a change to away from conflict. This could be like trying to find your inner peace and outer peace. And this could be, again, like I do feel that some of you, this could be at work. You're trying to just, maybe it's like it's the company or team is transitioning to a new management. And now you have to collaborate with new people. So it could be that you're making an announcement that the old team's gone, let go or whatever. And now that management is transitioning. So people will be moving under this, that team and things like that. So this could be like, because when there is transition from companies, there's a lot of chaos. And now when everything's done, people are gone, moved around. Now it's time to settle in a new chapter in a very calm way. So this could be that, you've been on a journey, I feel, Libra. It could be spiritually as well. You've been at odds with people. This could be even where you live, maybe there's some not so pleasant situations around, or maybe there is some political unrest where you stay. And now, though, there is handover to new administration and you're moving away from that chaotic past administration to the new people that feel more stable, or maybe somebody that you elected or voted for and things like that. So this is, of course, it's not easy. Six of Swords is a difficult move, but it's again moving away from conflicts and turmoils to a more peaceful era. For some of you, this could be people that drained you and now you're like, you're like leaving that behind, going to a new place or finding a new friend group. This could be a new career, a new company where old company is no longer working for you. The project is no longer aligning with your value, or the people over there or the way they work, the processes are no longer aligning with you. And you're like, know what? I'm going to go to a different place, start a new chapter again. So it could be that, and it could be, I already give the example, I think, Six of Swords, I don't remember who it came through for. And I give the example of Frodo Baggins, from the Lord of Rings, if you guys remember. He makes journey to the Undying Lands, sailing away from chaos to find that healing and calm. So it's that kind. So the faster you move away from chaos, the faster you start your healing process, right? Especially even in the case of globally, you see, then there is political unrest and armies move away from the zone of conflict into more easier, calm lines. It could be that for some of you, that there is something like that going on and there is retreat of bad administration or bad people, and now you're moving away from that chaotic environment into a more stable future or more stable people around you. And these energies are general, so they could be playing in your life or people around you, or in general in the environment you might be observing such energies at play. So let me know in the comments below what you think of these energies and how they're playing out in your lives. And hope you enjoyed your messages, Libra. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.